What up, it's your boy Jwuu, and we about to get into this Morant drama. If you haven't heard, Buddy was dangling his mom's gun in the club, caught some flack. Powerade just dropped some ads from them, and it's kind of ridiculous. But I wanted to kind of go over some things, so let's go ahead and react.
Out of the 5 major American sports, basketball is the hardest sport to make it to the pros. 1 in 12,363 players, or 0.008% of players, will get signed to a professional team.
Are those honestly the numbers, though? Wow, those are the chances? Bro, I didn't know it was that difficult. Sheesh.
To put that in perspective, if every dot on a basketball represents one potential pro signee, 3 dots out of the 35,000 will make it. The NBA also happens to pay their players the best, with the average salary per player being roughly $10 million per year, which would place you in the top 0.1% of earners in the United States.
Nice cake.
So someone like Morant securing the extraordinary job as a professional basketball player means he has basically won the lottery of life. He worked extremely hard and is being rewarded at the highest level for his efforts. And instead of building his legacy and setting up
this editing is top tier though. I ain't gonna cap.
Potential generational wealth for him and his family,
this little transition's
he's deciding
fire.
to take on the role as a gangster rapper, assaulting people, flexing weapons on Instagram, and trying to prove to the world that he really is about that life.
Man, Jwuu is young, bro. Get off his nuts, man. He just doing his thing. He grew up in not the best environment, but not the worst environment. I don't know his full backstory. I know he has some good parents. They got a full court in their backyard. Like, man, Buddy's just doing. It's almost like a phase. I feel like this is a normal phase too. Like, there's square motherfuckers that do square stuff. There's people that think they're cool and they do some outlandish things. Like, bruh, it's just a phase. Get off his nuts.
Only person who made the NBA to go back to the hood. Ja grew up in South Carolina in a small, quiet country town called Dalzell. Dalzell is a few miles outside of Sumter, which is ranked as the 46th most dangerous city in South Carolina. He went to Crestwood High School, where student academic performance is just about average with the entire state. It's pretty safe to say that Ja grew up in a very average American suburb, surrounded by slightly above average crime rate, and went to an average school. We have no reason to believe that he is a gangster or is gang affiliated in any way. He has no criminal record, no history of violence, and really only a few minor arguments on the court, which is extremely normal. Ja has 2 loving parents who have always supported his basketball dreams and are very proud of him. His mother describes him as a genuinely loving person. His father T used all of his free time to privately train Ja and help him become the superstar he.
That kind of makes sense now. Man, it's so powerful having an adult that can guide you and train you too when they see some type of spark that you like. That's powerful. If anybody out there got kids, make sure you do that. Let them try everything, whatever they resonate with. Push them to do that. Like, help them out. Don't just rely on coaches and outside sources. You gotta. That in-house stuff will pay off, man. Shout out to his dad, though. That's crazy.
Today. Morant is only 23. He was drafted as the number 2 overall pick by the Memphis Grizzlies in 2019. He won Rookie of the Year in his first season after averaging nearly 18 points per game. And every year, his stats have just gotten better and better. This year, he's been on fire, with a 27-point average while shooting 46%. In the 2022 offseason, Ja signed a 5-year extension with the Memphis Grizzlies. This contract would earn him 25% of the salary cap yearly, which is estimated to be.
So why can't he celebrate? Let him celebrate. I mean, he shouldn't have been dangling his mom's gun like that, but shit, you know what I'm saying, bro? Let him celebrate.
$40 million per year, putting him roughly in the top 10 earners in the entire NBA.
That's some nice money,
his performance in the first 5 seasons are reminiscent of Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, and Allen Iverson.
I was just about to say, me and my boy T. Langley, we was talking about Ja. And I was like, bro, he gives me AI vibes. And he straight up was like, bro, he's literally like AI and D-Rose mix, bro. Bro, Patrick nailed it right on the dot. That's crazy.
Ironically, AI and Ja have even more in common, indulging in a lifestyle that is synonymous with rappers, more specifically, gangster rappers. Allen Iverson liked to party, go to clubs, drink, and gamble, which ultimately led to the downfall of his career. Morant has a recent...
What, bro? That did not lead to the downfall of his career. He just fell out of love with it, man.
likes to show people how tough he is. On January 3rd, 2023, TMZ reported that Ja Morant was allegedly involved in the attack of a minor during a basketball game in July at his Tennessee home. The two got into an argument, and the teenager said Ja approached him, put his chin on his shoulder, and asked a bystander, "Should I do it to him?" Then struck him with a closed fist, knocking him to the ground. From there, Ja continued sticking him while on the ground, and another man jumped in and began hitting the boy as well.
This day and age, you didn't have a video of any. You didn't even have a highlight video of you playing with Ja. Nothing. This seems a little bit. This shit smell a little funky.
Officers in the dock say they noted the teenager had a large knot on his head. Ja says he did strike the boy, but he was acting in self-defense after the boy threw a basketball at him. Morant told officers the teenager...
maybe there's not a video because it might have shown you in a bad light. Now we get into it. Hold on.
Made verbal threats stating he'd light his house up as he was being escorted off the property. There are also separate reports that say that Ja hit the boy 12 to 13 times and even went into his house, grabbed a gun, and put it in his waistband.
Man, Ja is not about to do anything, bro. And everybody knows that. Like, come on. He probably got some. He might be with some niggas that might do something, bro. They're not gonna throw it away for you, bro. Like, nah, bro.
Taunting the boy. Now, NBA news outlets were harping on the fact that the kid was 17, but to give Ja the benefit of the doubt, a 17-year-old these days most definitely could light your house up. The four people involved in Pop Smoke's murder were 19, 18, 17, and 15. It's easy to see 17 and think of an innocent boy, but that may not be the case. The teenager did press charges, and the boy's mother demanded $20 million from Morant, but the...
Bruh. 20 milli? Bruh. That's just a strategic, bro. You know how people go in, they sue for exorbitant amounts, expecting to get a fraction of that. So if you sue for the 20, they might be expecting maybe 5 to 7. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no 20 though, but that's just to get a fraction of that. So
charges were dropped due to insignificant evidence, and it was looking more like a false allegation for someone to make a quick payday off an NBA player. But 4 days before this fight, Ja had another police report filed by a security guard at a finish line in the Memphis Mall. The altercation started after Morant's mother had a dispute with an employee, which led her to call her son. Josh,
you hit my Morant? Oh yeah.
Showed up with 9 men. A verbal confrontation transpired, and then a member of Morant's group pushed the security guard in the head. Morant then said,
"Wait, in the head? I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter, bro.
Let me find out what time he gets off," which made the guard want to file a report as he felt threatened by Morant's statement. Now, Ja had the opportunity to show the world how gangsta he was when Shannon Sharpe pressed the Grizzlies on the sidelines of their match against the Lakers. Shannon yelled at Dillon Brooks saying he can't guard LeBron, to which Dillon responded, "F*** you." Shannon retaliated and stood on the sideline.
Man, why y'all playing with Unc like that, though? And he about that smoke, too.
And begging him to get in his face. Ja's father T even got up and barked at him a little bit, but nobody wanted to get up and close to Shannon. Ja yelled from across the court.
And the Grizzlies...
And as soon as people tried to usher Shannon away, that's when the Grizzlies...
Bro, what's Adam trying to do, bro? Shannon would literally flop this long-legged motherfucker, bro. He would... No problems, bro.
Decided to try and press him. Shannon later said, "They don't want this smoke. They don't want problems. But I wanted everything they had." Fast forward 1 week.
Don't stop messing with Shannon, man.
Week later, and Ja got into an altercation with Chris Duarte.
Man, let Ja let his testosterone flow, man.
Chris
stop
pushed
playing
him
with him
3 times while Ja repeated, "Don't touch me." But Ja had some plans for retaliation after the game. Acquaintances of Grizzlies star Ja Morant aggressively confronted members of the Pacers traveling party near the team's bus in the loading area of FedEx Forum Arena. And later, someone in a slow-moving SUV, which Morant was riding in, trained a red laser on them.
Okay, now obviously this had to have been his boys. They must have been very shook in order to have to report this.
We don't know if Ja was the one who pointed the laser, and we also don't know if that laser was attached to a gun. But was Ja trying to do the first post-NBA game drive-by? I guess by comparison, it's not as bad as Gilbert Arenas. The Wizards player in 2009 brought a gun into the locker room and threatened to shoot one of his teammates over a card game.
You gotta hear about that, God damn.
But let's not forget that last year at 2 in the morning, Ja said to a Twitter op that it's free to see how hollows feel, referring to hollow tip bullets. And if that evidence wasn't enough, just last week, Ja went on Instagram Live while he was at the strip club and flashed a gun to the camera. This action prompted a 2-game suspension, as well as Ja deactivating all of his social media pages.
I don't know why he deactivated it. I guess he wasn't trying to hear y'all niggas talking like that, but it's very distasteful to dangle the gun in there. Like, that's, I understand that. Let your boys handle all that. Let them flex and do all that, man. You the captain, bro. You know what you gotta do. He just doing what he want to do at this point. He knows specifically what to do.
Obviously, 99% of people denounce this behavior, but some people like Gilbert Arenas and Paul Pierce defended Ja, basically saying they understand why he can't.
Gilbert defends Ja with controversial take. He pretty much said if you're black, you gotta have a gun on you. He understands that. Coming up black as a young man, he had one too. What's Paul saying? I don't care what y'all say about Ja. I carried a gun after I was stabbed. Y'all don't know what is going through. Everyone got something to say until he really knows what's really going on in someone's life. When you black and rich, you're a target, period. I get that too. This is some trauma. This is dealing with some trauma. But yeah, man, like, I mean, in the club, you kind of don't got to worry about that, especially when you're in the VIP section by yourself with your boys. Like, the people that should have it obviously would be security and your peoples, if they allow that. But him specifically, nah, not on IG, bro. You already know what the vibe is gonna be.
Ja has everything going right for him. He's living a life that's near impossible to achieve. So why does he want to run around and act gangsta now?
Bro, you not hard. That's not your life. People that in that life would give anything to be in your life.
Damn, I swear sports and music are so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us.
I saw LeBron. That's why LeBron be making all them videos where he singing a song and shit and making moves, and he be singing that thug shit too. So it's understandable, man. I swear sports and music are so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us. It's only natural. As black people, those are predominantly the top people that we see. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's understandable to have this sort of feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game is only for like what, an hour and 30, if that. After the game, like, what you got all that money for? They want to flex a little bit too. How do they know how to flex? They've seen people like us, black people, flex like this. They're like, okay, let me go try that out. You feel me? It's literally as simple as that. It's not rocket science. And people that are doing that on the rap side, that got bread, that's already doing the club shit, they want to go out and prove they're not boxed in and they got a little bit of talent like that too. And they want to hoop. They want to be good at something, have other talents. So it's just like, and demonstrate them. Especially if you're a showstopper or somebody that puts on shows, you might want to put on another show like that. And basketball's fun. So, yeah, man. I kind of resonate with this too.
Those lyrics come from Thank Me Now, the final track on Drake's 2010 debut album, Thank Me.
We all see Drake. He got a full court. He be putting up threes, playing against straight bums. He had his own personal little tournament. He won a trophy and everything. I ain't hating on him for it, man. Do your thing. But yeah, bro. It's definitely synonymous.
Later,
for sure.
Rappers love the esteem, the money, and the safety that basketball players have. But basketball players love the lifestyle that rappers have.
Agreed.
We know that Ja loves NBA YoungBoy. He is constantly going on IG
I don't know about necessarily love. They might want to tap into it. You feel me?
Live rapping along to his lyrics. YoungBoy has a way of making his nefarious
LeBron,
lifestyle sound fun and exciting, even though it's extremely stressful and he likely has a target on his back 24/7. Like we said before, Ja is from a small suburb in the middle of South Carolina, and we have reason to believe he's had a pretty solid and stable upbringing. He moved to Memphis, which is known for being a dangerous city, home to a lot of famous rappers. He became the face of the Grizzlies franchise, so everyone in the city loves him. When he goes to the club, where real Memphis gangsters probably hang out, they likely show him love. Even rival gangsters in Memphis could probably bond over the Grizzlies being their favorite team. He's getting a taste of their lifestyle, the lifestyle that his favorite rappers glamorize. They are bringing him places he never would have been able to go, and he probably isn't too worried about his safety because he doesn't have enemies. He wants the power and the respect that comes with having street cred, but
he has enemies. The media is his enemy right now, to be specific. No, he always got an enemy.
He doesn't have to risk his life for it, and he has a guaranteed $10 million yearly salary. Ja has everything
that was
they
a dirty
don't,
slam
and he
dunk.
wants the one thing they have. But the one thing that they have requires them to be alert and prepared to risk their life at any given moment. Some people say 23 years old is enough to know better, but there's no doubt that a small reason why he's acting out is due to his age. 23 with enough money to do whatever he wants
just
is
a
dangerous,
phase.
especially
Chill.
when his father is also indulging in his son's success. The NBA definitely wants to see Ja succeed, but if he continues down this path, he will be ostracized by the media, and eventually it will be too risky for any team to bring him on.
He's already ostracized by the media. They've just been drip feeding us bad news lately, and he's too talented to not go on a team. It doesn't. You can let him sit down for a year. He'll come back on a team. Whether it's the Cavs, Lakers, like disgruntled players and people that are disgruntled with him, they'll put him in a jersey too. Stop playing with him. He will be playing no matter what.
His career will be cut short, similar to other players who have tried these antics in the past.
That's cap.
And the funny part about that is
he's too talented, so that won't be happening.
Friends that are bringing him into this lifestyle won't be there for him when he isn't a star basketball player anymore.
I wouldn't say that. You can't say that his friends that were there before he got on and now they're there while he's on, you think they're gonna leave? Like, nah, I don't think so. But yeah, man, like I said, the media has been on his. They've been drip feeding literally negative news here by just drip by drip by drip. Some of the stuff happened before all this, the strip club video. So like, man, yeah, his injuries right now are definitely the media. I feel like most people treating this just like a phase, which he's a young man. He just got, tons of money. And it's kind of like a phase for him. It's not like we're going to see him 30, 35, flexing in the club, doing this thing, doing the same stuff he's doing. He's 20. Like, let him do his thing. Now, waving the gun, you know what I'm saying? He didn't wave it. He was just like this. He just dangled it. So, like, and it's a little ass 22, too. So, it's just like, man, let your boy live a little bit. Now, granted, he should have got the 2-game suspension for flashing that. That's acceptable. He lost out on about, like, $200,000. You get, like, roughly $121 based on his contract per game. So, it is what it is. But, right now, it looking like he is on, another suspension. They extended it from 2 to some more days, but in his case with this, they did a whole case and everything, and that it got dropped. They didn't have enough evidence. So right now he's just waiting for the dust to clear, and he's gonna come back and do his thing. But no telling if the Grizzlies gonna let him play again next year. I don't think this will even be something people talk about. I don't think it'll be a problem. And at this point, I think he should just be quiet and let his play talk for him, because he does enough on the court anyways. But I'm wishing Ja Morant the best. I hope he does what he keeps doing, except the side antics. Just do what you do on the court, bruh. Keep being cold. Cement your legacy. But yeah, this was a reaction video to that, man. We're going to see y'all on the next one.